Hello, everybody. Hello and good morning. All right, we're doing Title Tuesday. See how this goes. 15 seconds. Let's see how this goes. I haven't played a Title Tuesday in a hot minute. Hikaru's in here. It looks strong. Marina chess. I've already located my weakness. They're throwing the ladies at me first thing in the morning. Hello, Mattis. Well, the first step to 10.5 out of 11, Mattis, wouldn't you agree? It's game one. It all starts with game one, right here. Hello, Dylan. Good morning. Wooly Ewok, what's up, buddy? Okay. All right. We just need a nice, easy first round. Is that too much to ask for? Just a nice, friendly one. Just, I don't have to think very much kind of round. I think this is a takeable thing. It's not completely forced winning, but we do get the queen in there. Rook will move, check, king there. I think I played bishop h4 in the past, but this is definitely a thing. King here is even better for me. Check and check. So probably check, check, and just take the pawn. Something like that. They have moves like this, knight e4, castle. All look like fairly decent moves. Knight h7 is also kind of nice looking one. Which one do we like the most? All looks nice here. I've even had this position before, a lot of people play queen c8. I should probably just start learning the literal refutation. I'm sure there's a forced win here or something. Or at least the absolute best way to play. Knight e4 really does strike me as a good move. Bishop h4, even queen f6 is kind of a move as well. Queen g5. But yeah, bishop h4 is the big one. Castling looks pretty nice. I just like that the knight's on this square and c5 as well. Otherwise, knight h7 is very similar to this. But somehow I like being on that square too. Cheers, everybody. The morning coffee, yes. Let's see what happens here. So check, king here, check, king here, and we just take. Let's start with this check. This move's probably gonna happen. Like it's forced. And how do we actually win stuff here? Because takes, there's queen takes, you know? You know? Maybe bishop takes d8. c4, this bishop is going to move from c5, and are we really getting anything there? Actually, it doesn't really look like it. Let's make a slow move. I actually really like this move. Queen a6 looks decent, but I can take that, and I don't think I'm getting mated here. Very scary, though. Maybe I can play rook takes d5, you know? And then queen f8. It's probably good. Let's go here. c4 is a winning threat at the moment. Where's my win? Queen e3 I like just as a move. It was good enough. Clean enough. Wasn't great, believe me. Clean enough. Very suspicious. I don't think it was ever like that bad. Even when I had definitely let it slip away, it's like white's not doing poorly here. There's just no way. But what did we miss? We missed rook d5. That's what we missed. So not upset at all. This is like completely winning. But I am curious what the like official preferred line is by the engine, because you know you see games like this and it's like, why don't you just remember what to do, and it just every time someone makes that queen c8 move, you just win the game instead of like getting a good position. All right, so yeah, this is all good. Yeah, rook d8's forced pretty much. And I think queen h8 and taking is the way to go. Rook f8 forced. Here, yeah, long castle, short castle. The computer really likes short castling, which I've noticed a few times. Crazy. This move, this move, this move. So knight e4 is probably not fantastic because of, wow, knight b4. Beats me. Beats me. So really, what is it like here? It likes short castling. It just says, look, there's literally nothing going on here. Let's put the king somewhere safe instead of there, because this runs into stuff. There's just stuff happening. Short castle. And yeah, it's just like, you can move this. There's no meaningful moves that black can do. And, you know, you're just going to bring these rooks in and probably go here. So let's say knight d8, same as the game. Well, my knight's not under attack anymore. So I guess we could play knight h7, make a huge threat right now. And if this moved, then, you know, bishop h4, or probably even better, rook d1, cut the king off, and then this is just going to be game over. So, okay, that's what the engine wants. I did this, and then here bishop h4 is definitely good. I thought long castle, but you know, long castle ended up being worse than just rook d1. Because if I go rook d1, bishop d5, then c4, but who doesn't want a long castle instead of playing rook d1, right? This just feels good as a chess player. To castle and bring your rook into the attack, like, it's too natural. But of course, rook d1 is much stronger because I actually have this move as an option now. Although still there's bishop b4, so I'm not entirely sure. I think the engine wants this, bishop there, and remember when I castled and played king b1? If I'm gonna castle and make a king move, why not just bring the rook and then castle this way? It's much better. Do I want my king here or my king here? Obviously on g1. And then it's the exact same thing as the game, but with my king out of the way, it's like 100 times better. Yeah. So my king on this side's not great. Still good for white, but we definitely did not find very good moves. b4, top move, apparently. Go me. But it's the top move because of this line right here. And I should be finding rook takes d5. Nice finish. So that's the real miss. 2.8 seconds. We choked away rook d5. Still got to be great here. Let's, you know, not win the rook or anything. Let's go here. And then here is obviously where it was the most equal, which I knew for my opponent, but still, you know, I've got an h-pawn that can do some damage. I've got a queen d6 move that can come in at some point, and most of all c4. So black's king is in shambles. c4 was a good move, and now I knew I was winning again. And I think this was fairly good. Yeah, king e5, but whatever, we can just take the knight at that point. Pretty nice. Oh! Dude, this happens a lot. No notification. And we're playing Amadon of all people. This no notification stuff. I'm just trying to be a good chess player. Studying, looking at my game, going over with the good people of Twitch. And instead, I'm down a minute over here. So that'll teach me to look at my games. G4. I mean, I think you're really supposed to take this, right? I mean, we may as well. Let's do things the way they're supposed to be done here. As intended. That way. Do we go here? C6 next after c4. I mean, we got an extra pawn here. We're gonna have to put up with stuff here, but it looks solid. Usually the bishop's not like a great piece to have in these positions. Knight kind of wants to look at the f5 square here. Maybe queen b6, rook c8. We can also long castle and go king b8, but I'm kind of waiting to see. Is he going to put the king there? Maybe he's just going to stay in the middle, king f1. Knight b5, we can always go queen a5 check, force the knight back. Okay, yeah, so he is gonna castle this way. Let's start with this. No, actually, we can just probably castle. Just put the king here. Like, king on b8. I don't know, we're solid enough over here. Like, g6, knight f5, something like this. Yeah, definitely this rook wants to get over to that square, I believe. Just have to eternally watch out for knight takes d5. Can get rid of this guy. That was definitely a blunder. Bishop g5, I'll go here. Should be not so difficult to convert. King on a light square. There we go. GG to Buddy Amadon. Bishop d2 is a slip. Okay, that that explains it. Just obviously it's just god awful move. Yeah, bishop d2 is just nothing. Here I was like, you know, if I get to trade away this, then I start to feel good about my position. Because I'll go like knight e7, queen d7, and I'll just mass trade everything here and maybe play g6. So I definitely thought that this was good for me, but I didn't feel good around here. I was like, this is where I thought white's advantage was definitely the closest. But I don't know, what's the stuff in the opening, Amadon? Obviously I have no clue about any of this, but the logic to me the entire time was play in a way that white goes e5 or encourage e5 and just take the time loss, get a solid thing with e6, c6, and yeah, white has the g file, but just kind of deal with it. Because I think that if white plays like a d6 system or something, you get the center with the g file, then I start to understand it a bit more. Yeah, take on d5. In general, I was happier with a closed position than an open one, put it that way. So even though take on d5 might be worse for white, technically, compared to this, maybe on the engine, I would rather see e5 than e takes d. My game is probably starting, but this time I'm in the live chat. You know what I mean? This time I'm actually in the chess server. I'm not analyzing off server. So now there's no way the game starts without me noticing. Aggressive QGD, thanks for the 7-month resub. Luther Bandos, thanks for the 100 bits. And Gerald, thanks for the Prime sub. Big Flop of Fan 47, thanks for the brand new Prime as well. I was also analyzing my first round game, Amadon. So I wasn't like, I definitely didn't mean to tick down a full minute at the beginning. I was analyzing my round 1 game. And the way chess.com has analysis now is it takes you out of like play or live. And it's like separate analysis. I was going over my game. And I didn't realize the round started. That was game 2, yes. It's true, Amadon. I was looking at a few players recently, and in chess space, and you have to do some really hard work filtering these days, because the last 3 years of people's games in the database are just like absolute garbage, because they're all Title Tuesday games. Title Tuesday, Pro League, like just nonsense. You can't even find people's actual repertoires these days. Okay, who's this? I do not know who that is. I did not learn anything further by finding out their name. I don't think so, MN. I don't think so. It depends on the player. Obviously, the better player you are, the more likely you can go off book and just play like 1b3, like Yukara or something. But the lower rated you are, the more you should probably just stick to what you know, kind of thing. We got 1818. Thanks for the 16 months with Twitch Prime. Why, thank you. And welcome back. Let's try to get a little imbalance here. I'll take the bishop somehow. Bishop here takes pawn takes is usually what you want to avoid because your knight looks a little silly there. So after bishop there, I think we'll go f3. Bishop here, I think takes, and then we have to play g4 and bring the knight back. But I think it's fine. I guess g4 knight takes g4 is playable. Yeah, so he's thinking about it. And that makes a lot of sense, actually. So takes. You just gotta make sure this guy doesn't get trapped somehow. g4, knight takes. Yeah, but honestly, maybe we take, give him that, and I'm gonna win this d3 pawn, so let's just do this. You can take, I'll just take back, and then go knight b3 and take this guy. And do I want to take this way for any reason? Maybe, actually. Well, it's really hard to tell. I'm going to take this way. King g2, rook h1, this kind of stuff. Maybe the knight gets a good square on c5, play b4 to back it up. But queen takes also hits that pawn, and it hits h7, which is kind of nice. It's still kind of balanced here. He wants to take and go e5. That's going to be his annoying idea. Takes, e5 can still happen. Just gonna have to go with that. Shoot. Oh, that's such a wrong move by him. The endgame, by the way, is just lost for white. It's just like it's just lost. I don't know what to say. Like I can't make a pass pawn, so I don't know what he's doing. This one was definitely probably the wrong vibe. I should have taken and probably gone c4, but king f4 was like, I mean, he just goes g5. It's just winning. But like this move was crazy. King g6, wild move. And then king g5, of course, like make some move that doesn't block your pawn. King g5 on top of it. It was just blunder after blunder. And then here, like, I don't know, I'm probably not playing the best moves, but it doesn't matter. I've got my 2 pawns protected. I can go and try to take another one, and like I'm up 2 pawns, so I know I'll win this at some point, right? As long as we don't flag or something. But the queen has like really nice squares to go to, and there's no way he's gonna keep everything. I don't think so, destruction. He was looking pretty shaky, as was I with some of the moves. Like even here, I think black has like a pretty nice advantage. I was surprised not to see taking. He went bishop here, which is actually probably a really good move. But like somehow his moves seem very shaky. He was down to like 1 second a bunch of times. Queen g4 is not good. But yeah, I should take this way, and this one should be a lost pawn endgame, I think. Very lucky. Very lucky, of course. Hello, Amanda. Good morning. George Hillman 95. Thanks for the brand new sub. Welcome, George. Not my finest endgame. Not his finest endgame either, though. We can say that for sure. I appreciate you saying that, George. So that game was just nonsense all over the place. I am curious what the engine thought of this stuff earlier. Probably like reasonable. Yeah, it's like equal. Black's maybe a bit better here. But this, I thought, yeah, f takes g4, the more I look at it, especially his move f5, so annoying. I needed to play f g4. This was not as good. Yeah, f5 is just strong. So f g4 and then exact same thing. Or actually, what am I saying? Knight f3 is just simpler. Yeah. So this is probably a way to just like get the pawn back, be good. Oh, we're playing Kasparov here. Aha. Okay. My Sicilian is very weak, very feeble Sicilian. Let's play the Khan. I haven't played the Khan in a while. But yeah, the idea is like you play g6 and kind of get this sort of setup. Knight here, sometimes bishop h6 is annoying, but I think you still gotta power through and play it. I could go rook c8. h5 is the other way to play with knight f6. I'll play h5 and knight f6. It's one of these ones where you definitely don't necessarily look to castle all the time. Yeah, on f5, a lot of the time I think you want to like take and then bring this rook to g8. Try to use that position. Stick the knight there. Yeah, f5, I think we still want to take, go rook g8. Let's get a little square, a little something for my knight. Is knight c5 crazy here? I think I'm going to play knight c5. Take this way. I'm also now looking at this move, but takes and bishop takes is probably too much. I think I really do want to play this. This is absolutely wild. Kind of looks like it. Knight goes to f3 or something. Let's try it. It's definitely one of my crazier moves. The thing that I don't like is that pawn being picked off. That's that stuff I don't like. King f7 wouldn't cut it because he could sack and go here. This pawn is really loose, so I'm definitely grasping at straws here. It's definitely going to come up with something pretty tricky. It's going to be difficult to meet. Wow, I did not see that. You guys like that? Ooh. Ooh. A little nasty there. A little nasty there. Forced draw for the boys. Why didn't he block? Well, there's no blocking to be done. He can only block with his queen here. And I have access to all 4 of those squares. Queens can be tricky. Well, I can safely say, guys, that we turned around a plus 67 position. Plus 67. From plus 67 to 0.00. Plus 67. That's quite something. That's a KO in your book? That's a KO for me too. That's a KO for me too. Mad game, right? The whole thing. This was like really unfortunate. I thought I played very well. Like from here, I was definitely worse. It's +3, around +3. But I took this pawn, and then I thought I played some very good, like I thought this was all like really quality stuff. This was quality, but here, I needed better moves. I needed this instead of that, and like the way I let his queen and bishop get there, I knew this was going to be a struggle. My knight is not good, and my pawns are like all over the place. I have no shelter for my king. So this is -5, but it doesn't feel like it. And this was just like total miss. I didn't even see this move. So yeah, this was bad. I needed to play e3 earlier to get the bishop away, but that plan only dawned on me after I played this move. And then rook c3 is just a blunder. Queen c3 would probably be very good. So yeah, this move was just a blunder. But we still stuck in it. We hung in it like pretty decent here. Yeah, he missed this one, which would have ended the game. And then the draw at the end is just... That's pretty. That's pretty. So that was around 4. We're at 3.5 right now. That was a pretty wild game. There is a break, if I'm not mistaken, right? Break. All right, guys, we're 3.5 out of 4, taking a short break, and gonna get a refill. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. BRB. right. We are back. Hello to Ralph Wiggum. Yeah, we have 3.5 right now. There's a short break at the moment. Hey, Dr. Q, you're back with the sub. But I guess the last time we spoke, I think someone gifted you one. That's why. I remember. Hello to Rugs and Lethbridge Chess in the chat. Bagels for Brecky. Boy, I could go for one of those right now. How are ya? Is Ralph giving us YouTube title suggestions? How did I survive this lost game? Would you click that, Ralph? Would you watch that video? Hey, Rap Frank. How's it going? Okay. We're playing the guy who I played the undefeated opening against in a tournament game. Steven Zierk. He beat me that game, but I think I gave a real good go of it. It was like a 100 move game or something, and I did have a chance for a draw. It's like a queen versus rook endgame, some tricky stuff. We have played another tournament game, us two, in the Taimanov, and I'm curious if he's going to play something else, and I think he will. Okay, so we're playing some pretty mainline stuff here. This rook over. Queen usually wants to get to g3 in these lines, I think. Like, yeah, rook here, and then some knight d5 stuff starts to become available. Knight e4 or knight f6 threatens this, right? I think he's going to play bishop here. Is that normal? I feel like b4 is like kind of a threat here, a little bit. So what happens here? Knight here. Takes. Takes. I'm just gonna have to find out. I guess it's knight e2, and if takes knight there, yeah. So I thought that I had the. I'm sure I'm just missing something. I guess he's gonna go here. It's so weird. Taking here has to be correct, right? Like, how do you not grab that? Is bishop d6 an in-between move? If he takes here, bishop e5. Yeah, queen g5, and then I can't really take that. I guess we just grab this. Just looks so weird. I don't know. We're just gonna, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword, I guess. Bishop here. And then this. And then queen check and take, and I have queen c3 and take. That looks like a good move. What about queen here? Bishop e4. Bishop here, I have check. And then that's me. Wait, check. Thought I'd check for a sec, but he would go king b1. I didn't like the look of that. Bishop should win there. Bishop should definitely win. I don't think there was anything wrong with that game. I second guessed myself here in a good way. Because bishop g5, okay, it's not like a bad move, but he would have gone here, and I don't have rook a1 anymore, so let's get that off the board. And then, like, you know, these moves should eventually free my rook. And of course, bishop there, I also have that. But king e3 was a mistake. Bishop here is strong. Yeah, and the bishop's like, everything's protected. So now the e-pawn just basically goes all the way. I think it was a good technique. Rook e1, I think, was just a mistake in the end. b4, because yeah, knight d5 is tricky, but I'm not going to take with the pawn, no chance. Right? We take with the knight, and then yeah, there's no like bishop e4 move or anything. And I thought this was good. And then crucially, bishop e4 here, which looks like kind of nasty. Queen a1, which is what I was saying during the game, works really nicely. Because I have queen c3 at the end. Queen d5 I thought was a good move. And then bishop e4, just queen b5. I was also thinking of bishop d6 here, but just too wild of a move to play given the situation. And then bishop d3 is probably not good. And I thought queen b8 was the way. Because if I trade queens there, I'm already up, what, at least one pawn, maybe two pawns at that point. Good morning, Tom. Some mainline stuff. Excuse you? What in the fuck is that move? I've literally never seen it before. I've never seen g6. I've played a lot of London in my life. I've never seen g6. Okay. Well, sure. What the hell is going on with that move? Could be a mouse slip for h6, but I'm inclined to believe it at the moment. We have not done this in a very nice way, have we? We just have a very meh position. Allowing the bishops to get traded was maybe bleh. I think I'm... Oof, I almost have to play like knight... I don't know. I don't really have a knight move to make. Knight takes, queen takes, bishop here, rook d8, and it's like... What am I really doing? What am I really doing there? Go queen a4. Try to make it work. Even this move is very reasonable. Takes and like, you know, the knight will kind of get to f5. But can't do much about that. I think this is an okay move. No one likes an isolated pawn. Pressure on this pawn is actually quite nice. Underrated. really? Because I just take this now, though. Knight e2 and like getting mated on the h file is definitely a concern of mine, believe me. But I've got some stuff here. Yep. Yep. That was a good comeback. Good comeback. Not like I was much worse, but I definitely the opening is like not like nobody's proud of me for this opening. The guy plays g6 and I'm like, haha, g6. And then okay, maybe this isn't the smartest move, but e4 is certainly not the smartest move. This move is no good. Black is definitely very comfortable after this. Because normally in this line, after this, you sometimes have like rook on the h file, e5 is a threat, but of course g6 plays exactly against all that, so super careless of me. I thought bishop e4 and queen a4 was very good though. Queen a7, and then here, like I'm happy to liquidate. Queen c2. And I actually think f4 is really good here, because after f6, he's the one with the weaker pawns. My king has nice shelter. I can always make a pass pawn here. And then, yeah, he just misplayed it, got one time, and like tricked himself a little bit. And yeah, he let me play g4, which was no good. Like, I should never be playing g4 here. Shouldn't be allowed to. But yeah, he let me play it and let me trade the pawn perfectly. And now I really do think this is quite tricky for black, and maybe it's even losing. This is like gonna be a win if I can get king g5, so he just forgot about that, and this winning for white easily. His only try is to like go here and or like maybe here to give me a check on g5. But even if he goes here, I'm probably about to go like rook e6, rook e4, have my rook guard both pawns, and then try to maybe bring my king over to this one. I don't know. I think there's a very, very high, very, very good winning chances for white here. Especially in blitz. That's a different story. Thanks for the raid, L Fishy. Good to have you here this morning, buddy. Okay, well, we got Dubov here. Just gotta play our openings and see how poorly they stack up against this guy. Yeah, probably a knight takes d5 angle if I had to guess. No. Main line. Maybe bishop f5? I think he's gonna go for this. Okay. We can go for some minority attack stuff here. That's one plan. The other plan is to do sort of what I've been doing more recently, just to try to get e4. I'm gonna go for that. Maybe knight c1, f3. Try to shuffle the pieces around a little bit. h3 kind of threatens that move, but I guess he's about to play this. Let's get f3 in. This knight's very awkward, right? Like, this knight doesn't really want to be there. I don't think. This is kind of a threat. Definitely e4 should be trending pretty good for me. But queen b4 after that is often annoying. Yeah, I think we need like a little bit more prep. Whenever bishop f5 tries to happen, I think we have this move. Now I think I can play the move e4. But in general, you know, this knight coming into f4 is never great. So queen d2 would kind of be nice. And then e4 actually hits the pawn as well. Stops this, and then also looks to play queen takes h6. I want knight c5 so that I can actually maybe come back here. For the moment, now e4, he can always take here. My d-pawn is a little bit too weak for my liking. This is the plan, but we never need to cash that in right away. It's kind of always there. Knight c5 back to d3 looks fairly okay. Here, queen takes c5 doesn't work. Oh no, it does work, sorry. Not the move we wanted to play, but it's the move that flew off my mouse. That's a lost endgame. It's unfortunate. It's just the move that came off my mouse here, because we're really okay here. Like, I just never wanted him to take me. Just didn't have enough time to process that he would actually play this move. I don't know why, but like this was my plan the whole time. Take here and then take here, because I never want to isolate pawn, obviously. And yeah, just take here, and I was planning to play this. I thought this was like totally good. Probably maybe even slightly better for white. Equal, of course, but like just unfortunate. This was a completely equal game, fine, yada yada. Maybe even slightly better. I was gonna go knight e2 here, but e4 looked good. And then the point is, like, if he takes and goes here, of course I'm not playing knight takes e4, I'm playing like this and here. So obviously, in this case, if he takes first, I just need to take this one first. But I took on e4 first, and why didn't I take on c5? Lord will never know. 1 second syndrome. Didn't even notice it till now, so that's probably why. Obviously, this is just good for white. I don't think I'll ever win that position, most likely, but still good. The thing is, the reason I was confused is I knew this was not a good move. And when he played rook d1, I just was in stride. I just took back. Because what he should do is he should do this. Because now I can't take this way, and I can't take that, and I can't take that. So I have to play f takes. And then he gets what he wants, which is whatever, this. But he took this, and I was just like, okay, I knew knight e4 was a bad move, and so after this, I just took it in stride. But okay, I also only had 1 second. Not playing rook takes d7 this is the whole point of e4, to take and then take and not disrupt my pawns. And then I think white's like really good. Like bishop is really strong. Nothing wrong with the position. Unfortunate. This game it didn't even like, there wasn't even a struggle. And my resistance in this endgame was basically non-existent. Yeah, g3 is like not very good. Also, I probably could have taken this because I was thinking, oh, he takes with a rook, that's never good. But of course I take this, right? And I'm not sure about this. Probably better winning for black, I guess. His pawns are faster than mine, and his king is over there, but still. I think the endgames, the way I played them, chess sim, are pretty much always lost. Like, even this doesn't matter. Black's gonna set up rook here, pawn there, everything's defended. And then his king gets here, and I don't think there's any hope. But my position was so much better at many points in the game that one is not the moment for me. I had many other ones. That's too bad. That was a good opening too. It's an opening I really like. We got a good position. I'm playing something that I think I remember, but I've misremembered it, I'm sure. And even just looking at this, something looks wrong with that. It just doesn't look right. Okay, you played this move, which I think I'm fairly happy with. Get me castled, get me out of there. Knight e4, bishop here. Okay. Bring that in. He has the 2 bishops, long-term edge, but you know, I've got all my pieces out, so I'm definitely ahead in development. There are some good things about that too. Takes, I'll go knight c5 and win that. And if knight c4, I think I go here and knight takes d3 and I have knight f4 check to win the queen. Pressure on that. Still though, it's always so solid. Always so solid for white. Knight c4 is about to happen. Oops. I missed this could just be taken. This pawn is hanging too. Like disaster. Oh, this position is really bad. This position is really bad. These games are so whatever. Like, again, we should be doing well here. The problem is, I'm just not finding a move here. C5. Like, I'm not thinking like the way I should be. I know my position should be good here. Like, I haven't done anything wrong. E4 is a good move to get, and you know, if I go F5 and knight here, I should be better. He goes here and he goes here, and like G6 is just like, yeah, like who are you? But C5, black is like better. It's clearly better. Because you can't take this without losing this, and you know, if you take here, this is not what you want at all. But like, not finding a key move is just so amateur when everything else is the way it should be. G6 is so bad. Oh, and there's a break now as well. We don't even get another game. Ugh. C5 is, you know, needs to be played. That's really bad. Because I know for sure that black is like, has to be doing well here. Bishop d2 is probably maybe not the best by him, but I thought I had a pretty good understanding of this game the way we were playing it. I was like, yep, this looks good. I should have probably went for e4 right now. I didn't notice it until after this move. Squall, thanks for the 10 months. Recommendations on what to visit in Toronto? No, not really. Like if someone's visiting me in Toronto, then I have lots of things like, like maybe some good places to eat, good places to drink, stuff like that. Good places to go out, sports games, but I'm not like a tourist in Toronto, so it's not like, oh yeah, you gotta go to the CN Tower, a must see. So no, I don't have any recommendations for you. How are the standings? I don't know. Icky's 8 out of 8. The game against Dubov, kind of lame. Chose the wrong move order and then like got a bad position. That wasn't great. And then this game, like the losses are just so bad. Really elementary stuff. My last opponent streams as well. I mean, everybody streams these days, don't they? Does my last opponent stream or does he have his stream on? I think there's a big difference. I don't think my opponent streams. I think he's got his stream on. I've never seen him very regularly stream. But everyone streams nowadays, I feel like. I know he has his stream on. I know he's streaming right now. My point is, like, are you a cook or did you cook? Have to wait a good 5 minutes here. Like, we had some nice games, but then it all doesn't really matter, right? When you start losing 2 in a row, whatever. Like, I've probably had 5.5 out of 8 on a number of Title Tuesdays. But I've gotten it, of course, in my very sleazy way of like playing absolute nobodies, only lower rated than me. But still, we have the exact same score right now that we've probably had on many Title Tuesdays. It's not very impressive in the end. Thanks, JC. Gifted not only a sub, but a tier 2 sub. It's 0, -1. Thank you, JC. This is the worst time to break, of course. There's been some nasty construction, like the place next to us. The place next to us is doing construction like on their property, so there couldn't be work being done closer to where we sleep than what is currently happening. Sleep, stream, whatever. Like, it is the absolute closest proximity. Where they might be like hammering or drilling, Moj's head when he sleeps is maybe like 15 feet away at most. Well, I think in Toronto, I don't know, there's probably rules where everyone is about construction, but I think construction cannot start before 7 a.m. These guys are there at like 6:59. Like, they're ready. Seven a.m. is too early, no doubt, but that's the way it is. That's the bylaw, I'm pretty sure. For me, it's not as bad. I know it's much worse for Moj, but I'm the kind of sleeper that if there's construction outside, I'll just sleep. Like, my sleep hours are pretty much never affected by anything else. I don't sleep very much. That's just a general thing, but my sleep is never affected by like things like construction or I don't know, fire alarms. Like, I just sleep through everything. I can sleep in cars, airplanes, on stream, during a chess game. Death Cheese, thanks for 20 months. Death Cheese. Appreciate the 20. How many hours do I sleep? Not many. Probably like average, like less than 7 for sure. Definitely less than 7. Maybe 6, 6.5. There is a break right now, yeah. Probably like a couple minutes left in it. So I always lose track of time during the breaks. It always feels so long. I can wild hacks. Apparently that's a special ability, but that's why it doesn't really matter to me when my flights are, because I'll usually be able to just sleep through them if necessary. Like, if that's when I would normally sleep, then I can still sleep fine. Thanks, Azizi. Welcome back. 34 months. Good to see you, bud. You're gonna power me through my next game here, which hopefully I'm still in the groove. These back-to-back losses are just brutal. Classic choke. Probably my neck hurts. I don't know. I don't feel it, but I'm sure there's like permanent damage being done. Irreparable. Hugh, you can. I mean, easiest answer is plug in your address and see what pops up. But I think it's very reasonable for North America. You'll find. All right. Let's go here. Long castle. Interesting. Going here because I don't like the look of some lines where my bishop gets captured, like knight g4 or knight h5. So I'm just trying to keep my bishop. I can always bring it back here now. And long castle next. It's also going to be hard for him to castle now that he's played that move, to be honest. Putting some pressure here, so the move e5 is certainly not as easy to achieve. Okay, well, we should definitely have an advantage. No doubt about that. Is this a threat now, so to speak? It's just hard for him to castle here. Like, is he really going to castle queenside? I guess so. d5 is just always a consideration, at least. Yeah, he definitely wants to castle over there. This move and knight d4 is a pretty reasonable attempt here. Like, there's no doubt weight is better in these positions, but it's always tricky. It's not clear which one of these I should be pushing, if any. But it's very hard for him to castle because of that h pawn, so if he's not using his h8 rook for most of, or all of this game, then it can't be too much worse, objectively. Yeah, so that's a move that you just probably have to play. I'm gonna play this. This looks really annoying. Some e5 thing at some moment. This looks tricky enough. Takes, we can maybe take there, take back. D5 to blast the position open. We definitely do not want to trade unless there's something forced. Here takes, D5 takes is no good. Where do we want to put this? He's going to castle next. Gearstate 1337. Thanks, Gearstate, for the resub. 29 months with Prime and a dying wish 4 months with Prime. Welcome back, Mason Maddie. Another 4 with Prime. That's the hot ticket right now. 4-month resubs with Twitch Prime. That's the current meta. Resubbing for 4 months with Prime. So bring them on. More 4-month resubs. Hikaru 9 out of 9. Still. I mean, Hikaru's just like crushing this tournament. It's definitely weaker than usual, no question, but there's still some chiefs here. Usual suspects, you know? Oh, thanks, Grape Nose Boy. I think there's still 1 or 2 videos still to be released. Thanks for the 8 months with Prime from our Toronto OTB stuff. A couple more games still to finish. Hello, Valentinian. This was a fairly good game, like overall. Nothing like too crazy. I knew that White was just a bit better. Like as soon as he played H6 and E6, like White is just definitely doing well here. After Bishop G5, I felt very confident because now I know E5. At this point, I can just spam E5, D5. No matter what, if I open things, the position will be good for me. And then just D5 is too difficult to meet. And bishop takes c3. Of course, I was going to play this and then just win a piece. But the computer gives the line d6 and knight c5. Okay. Pretty filthy stuff. Okay, we're obviously playing someone who's having a great tournament right now. FM 2400. A lot of people playing this this stuff against me lately. Remember? So this was my tournament game. D5 takes, bishop here. Or no, sorry. D5 takes, D4. Bishop G4, and then Bishop G2. This was like... So I had a tournament game in this exact line. I haven't looked at it, obviously, but I'll play probably the exact same thing that I was going to play in my tournament game. Maybe I even sack the queen this time, because it's a blitz game. For fun, for the boys. Yeah, why not? But yeah, the line is definitely Bishop G2 here. So let's take the pawn. I have the benefit of having calculated this in a classical game, like literally a week ago, so I'm not going to be completely lost for moves. I'll probably repeat once or twice, and then I think I'll take on d5. Okay, he took here, which I'm not sure is the best by him. Let's go here. He's gonna castle, obviously. I think we should maybe castle ourselves, honestly. Just gonna bring the queen up to d3. Yeah. Queen d3. Taking there is no good. I think we're gonna take here. He's got a nice blockade, honestly, though. And then Queen g6 to dislodge that queen, perhaps. Takes, knight e5. He's got queen e4. That's the move. So knight e5 right away looks better if we want to play it at all. Just because there's no check and there's no queen e4. So we do this first. And I sort of want to like take, play queen c6, or maybe even queen c6 immediately. It could be quite strong. Yeah, queen c6 immediately could be very good. It depends where he goes. If he goes here, I can honestly do that. Okay, so here's the thing. If I take and check, he's got f3. We don't want that. But takes, check, king somewhere, and then just like some calm move, queen e4 type of deal. And then I'm threatening this. But I guess he's got knight g1. So then my other move is queen c6 straight away. And after queen c6, he's got knight d4. Takes, 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 takes. That's not quite good enough, is it? Okay, he's got this, only move. But I just thought, let's just make a move, right? Let's threaten HE4. He didn't see my idea. He didn't see my whole idea with H5. That should be game over. Rook H4 is a threat now. I mean, he's got a knight for a queen. Sorry, he's got a knight for a queen and a pawn here. So I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Well, you know, admittedly, this pairing is like for 6.5 out of 9, playing a 2400 FM is probably a very weak pairing objectively. But still, he was obviously having a very good tournament. Like, for example, he must have beat some very good players. Let's see. So he started at 2376, so he's almost up like 100 rating by the time I played him. He beat 2500, he beat a 2600, we beat, oh no, he lost to him, sorry. He beat Ginger GM, it looks like. He beat a 2800, he beat a 2600, he beat a GM 2700, like he was obviously having a very good tournament. Wait, what is this? 100% accuracy? What's going on here? Looks like a blunder from the opponent, or like what? Oh wow, queen b6 and c5 and bishop c3 traps the queen. He won in 9 moves, 100% accuracy. Oh, nasty. It's one of those things where it's like, why did you play queen b6? To attack the pawn. And then your opponent says, okay, I'm going to force you to do the move that you were planning on doing. That's never a good sign. When you want to do something, your opponent's like, okay, I'm going to make you do it. You're like, ah, fuck. It's probably over now. Okay, there's one more round. Obviously, winning last round would be really, really nice. Just for a decent finish. We did our best, Mattis. You know, we were on pace for 6 rounds for your score, your target score. I was 5.5 out of 6, Matthew. So, at least I can say for more than half the tournament, I was on pace. But we ran into some tough guys like Dubov. Although we didn't get blown off the board by any of our opponents. Not happy with the losses through rather simple. Oh, Gata caught up to Naka. Or maybe he beat him. Probably he just beat him. Yeah. All right. Wonderful time. Gotta be a tough last round pairing. Like this line. Okay. A6. Interesting. It just goes back. Okay. Goes have h3. I think I'm just trying to play e4. Knight d7, I'll probably go e4. Bishop b4 is the way to like try to delay me playing e4. But okay, it goes here. Yeah, I think e4 is the one. I don't know if it's any special kind of advantage here, but it's something small. Okay, this is, it's not really a big threat, but h3 is always going to be a decent move. So let's go h3. The thing about this structure is knight here and queen h4 always puts a lot of pressure on the king. Okay. Still thinking about this. Also trying to keep in mind that idea. At least if he goes here now, I can take and go some more solid with b3. Why didn't I play a5? Like, somebody explain to me. I couldn't move my king. That's unfortunate. Oh well. I was trying to move my king and I was like, wait, I can't. Also, I thought after g5, like, I didn't even consider that his knight could come back, so that was really weird. Of course h4 is like a great move. I thought after this was a draw. Like, I was thinking like here and we just make this draw. I didn't even see knight e4. So g5 is not a good move, of course. But that's why I did. I was like, g5 takes, we'll just make this draw. Because this is the other way to do it. And then go g5. It's a very, very easy draw to make. Sucks to lose that, but pretty impressive comeback. I mean, I'm talking about being down a full piece. I'm pretty I'm pretty impressed we won this. Sorry, came back. Like, you just always attack the knight in these situations, so then the knight takes, and then you go pin the knight, which is why he was never taking my pawn. Because now he's got two pieces that can't move. It's very uncomfortable. I think it's just a draw. So yeah, I guess we ended up finishing. See, this is the thing. I've had Title Tuesdays where I probably finished with like 8 points. And the way we get to 8 points is losing like tons of rating and like drawing, losing to CMs and NMs. And then you have Title Tuesdays like this. And okay, you're fighting for like top 10. You're playing all the top guys. You're playing good chess. And then you have a lower score than usual. So it's like, what's the point? Which one's more fulfilling? I don't know. 7.5 points in the end is like a very mediocre score. Yeah, it never feels good to lose. Okay, we came 20th. Pretty bad, because with a win, or sorry, with a draw, which was our expected result there, I guess we would have been close to top 10. I don't think we would have got top 10, but we would have been close. My opponent got 10th after beating me, so probably wouldn't have got top 10 there. Tough. Thanks, Simon. Ginger GM. And it's been a minute since I've seen Simon. Thanks for the raid. Ginger GM. I think we've probably done some commentary somewhere together. Maybe not in person, but seen him in lots of tournaments. We've played over the board at least once. Probably only once, maybe. But in terms of the quality of the chess today, I think everyone can probably agree that it was higher than like my last year of Title Tuesdays put together. I don't know what else to do though. Like, my score is probably lower than other Title Tuesdays, but these losses in the middle to Dulles and JC Barra, these are really bad. I wasn't happy with that. We really should have drawn this just to draw it, but oh well. Like, we're fine here, but I definitely I tried to move my king and I just couldn't move it, and I'm just like, wait, what's going on here? But h4 is like easy way to go about things. That should be a draw pretty much immediately. Because if he goes here, his knight's pinned. Yeah. It's a little bit tricky, honestly, but just go here. Get mated. Probably g5, knight h4, rook g4. Yeah. So, like, I mean, you can still lose the game, but this was great. I mean, I thought this was like such a good play by me. Oh, boom! Like, super happy, getting exactly what I want. Yeah, it sucks to lose the last game. We came 20th. Could have been a lot better. Master AJ, thanks for the 21 months. Noah Sheesh, thanks for the 15. What's up, dude? Yeah, I'll do the later one. 5 p.m. So in 4 hours or so. Yeah, let me know their realty money. You are following the footsteps of Big Panther. He's the OG of that. So you can copy his message, but you can't copy his swag. He's been preparing tendies for years. Always puts an extra batch in for the boys. The field is stacked. Well, you know, arguably the field is super not stacked, right? Everybody's at the Olympiad playing other tournaments. There's still some very strong players in here, but it's not the same feeling as when everyone's around. It definitely feels very skinny. This tournament. Hikaru didn't actually win it in the end. That's surprising. He was perfect 9 out of 9. He finished 9.5 out of 11. So bit of a choke at the end for his standards. And like, what did I do? What did I do? So we won, drew, 1-1. This was like some really nice games. These two losses were brutal. And then we had 2 fairly easy wins. And then, yeah, it sucks to lose the last one. Yeah, we were more accurate than our opponent, but we lost. Kappa. So this one maybe should have been a draw, and then that's a pretty decent tournament, like 8 out of 11. Anyway, definitely played some better chess today. I think I'd always rather have a low score and play good chess. And when I say good chess, I don't mean like just good chess, but good chess against good players. Like we actually battled with some GMs today, and we played Amadon as well. I forgot about that game early on. That was a sneaky second round pairing. Who won? Misha, Nick? Yeah. I think that's Sarana. Buddy Sarana. But yeah, there's the late title Tuesday today, which is 5 p.m. Eastern, so about 3.5 hours from now. Did I say Dubov? Yeah. Dubov is Dulles. Here. He lost to him. So yeah, I am gonna come back and stream the late title Tuesday, and I'll probably keep going after that title Tuesday. I could keep streaming now until the title Tuesday and then end, but I gotta get some other stuff done. So I think I'll do that now during the day, and then we'll stream the late title Tuesday and keep going afterwards into the evening. So yeah, I'll be back in about 3 hours or so. 3-ish hours. That was in Halifax, Fife. Halifax, Nova Scotia. GG's, not bad today. 7.5 out of 11. Could have been better. All right, I will see you guys in 3 hours. We'll come back to the late title Tuesday. Eric's Olympiad is over, done. He drew today. So that's finished. There won't be any more Olympiad broadcast coverage or anything. Shout out to the team that was doing that. Go Gory. Heine's Finger, thanks for the prime sub earlier as well. Just so you guys know, he'll be coming back in the next couple days. Probably see him maybe on the weekend or something. He's going to be exhausted. Time difference, jet lag. But yeah, I will be back in a couple hours. Let's send off a raid. I'm going to send you guys over to NBL. He's not MVL, NBL. He's playing Age of Empires right now. He's into chess, from Norway. He's just got that Magnus effect. He's like a pretty good chess player, just by accident. But MBL is a good chess player, and he's wicked good, wicked smart at Age of Empires, which is a game we played on stream before. Throwback. Love Age of Empires. So we're going to send a raid to him. See you guys back in 3 hours. Bye for now. But pretty okay performance by me. Let's see if we can top it later today. See you guys then.